And then the next thing that happened is where the cherry finally hit the cake. The sound of knocking happens again. But this time, it's not the neighbour, and you won't believe who was on the other side of the door. Alright, what's up everyone, British Brad here. Welcome back to another video, and today I have a very interesting video, yes indeed. So today's story is actually from my father, because this is something that he was involved in the most. I was only a baby at the time, and I didn't even know what was going on, because obviously I was asleep. And real quick though guys, if you're still watching, I just want to say thank you. And that's it really. But anyway guys, I'm quite fond of telling crazy stories, and today is certainly no exception, so let's get into today's video. So this story takes place back in 2002. This was around the time when my dad was still young at heart, but he was getting on a little bit. He was around the age of 31 years old, I'd say at this time. Which means, back then, he still loved to listen to music and have parties on the weekend. And our neighbour at the time had recently just had a baby boy added to their family. So I can kind of understand where they're coming from. You gotta think about it. If they have kids and all they can hear is that was a crap beatbox, but you get the point. They're kind of entitled to be a bit annoyed. Anyway, so they come round and knock on my dad's door and say, hey, can you turn the music down, please? And my dad says, yeah, sure. And he forgets, I think, or something, and he turns it back up. Anyway, so the neighbours come back, and this time they're banging on the door. They're like literally, it sounds like this. Literally like that. It quite literally sounded like Jack Nicholson himself was going to break through the door and go, here's Johnny. Anyway, so my dad answers the door again and goes, what's the matter? And he goes, you didn't turn the music down. Then my dad, smug as you like, goes, what? So what? It's Saturday night. I should be allowed to have music on if I want to have music on. I've been here longer than you. You've just moved in. I can do what I want. Anyway, so these two start arguing back and forth, and then they get in a little bit of a scuffle, and they're like scrapping outside. And my mum and my neighbour's wife pulled both my dad and our neighbour apart. Anyway, so then our neighbour goes back to his side, and my dad gets up and says, how dare you bastard, I'm going to come round there and smash your teeth in. Anyway, so they're arguing back and forth, and bearing in mind, everyone's looking out their windows at this point of what's going on. Anyway, so my dad was going to go round and beat the crap out of the neighbour, but he picked up a baseball bat and was like, come round, come on then, you have a fight. And proper like getting really loud at each other, which I know you're trying to make it quiet, but shouting and getting annoyed and, being like violent isn't necessarily the best thing for your child. I'm not gonna lie, neighbour. And I'm 21 years old and I know this. Sometimes, yeah, I get it, you have to be violent to protect your family, but being loud and shouting when your baby's already crying his eyeballs out doesn't seem to be the best idea in my opinion. And then the next thing that happened is where the cherry finally hit the cake. The sound of knocking happens again. But this time, it's not the neighbour, and you won't believe who was on the other side of the door. Our neighbour had come round to our house and complained about us, and then started a fight with my father, and then called the cops on us, on our house. Called the police to come round to our house and take my dad away. I don't know what they were trying to do, I don't know. Maybe they were just trying to get him to shut up. Anyway, so my dad opens the door, and they're going, are you Mr. whatever name? And my dad goes, yes, what's the problem? And they say, we've had a noise complaint. Apparently you're being very violent. You need to leave this place now or you get arrested. And my dad goes, no, I mean, and basically my dad was trying to reason with the police, telling them that the neighbour had started on my father and got violent with him. And the police weren't listening. They weren't listening at all. So yeah, you can tell us your side of the story, but you have to come with us. And my dad goes, no, I don't want to go with you. I've not done anything wrong. This is my house, this is my property, and if he wants me to turn the music down, I'll turn it down. But I'm not going with you to the station. Anyway, so the police at this point are losing their patience, and my dad starts having a scrap with the police now. My dad's having a scrap with the police officers. Anyway, he's got three of them in a headlock, and they're all like, rah. And by the way, I was crying at this point upstairs. And so my dad stopped fighting them and told them to calm down. Anyway, so they arrested him, slung him in the back of the truck, and took him 10 miles away from our house. And basically, he got out the next day because they couldn't charge him for anything. They could have got him on assaulting a police officer, but he was cooperative after, which he's lucky actually. My dad's lucky. They could have really got him done for that, but they didn't. But they did, however, do this to him. They basically said, get out the station, no ride home, and he was about 10 miles away from where he lives. So my dad, at 6 o'clock in the morning with no shoes on, had to walk home in the freezing cold on a Sunday morning. He says he was walking and everyone was looking at him like he was some pissed up bum. And he was walking home and everyone's going out to work on that day. Anyway, so he finally gets home and he says he's going to plot revenge on our neighbour. But that, guys, is another story for another day. Thank you all for watching the video. I really appreciate the view. If you want to check out some more videos, there's a link down below to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.